Learn how to add SVG imports to your WordPress media library in this video with WPCodeBox. My name is Kevin. Let's get started. We'll start by going to WPCodeBox and creating a new snippet called Allow SVG Uploads. Let's save the snippet and let's start creating our first function. And let's add the function Allow SVG for admins and pass the MIMES parameter to the function. Now here we are defining a new function called Allow SVG for admins. It takes one parameter, MIMES. This is the list of file types WordPress currently allows for upload. Each entry in this list matches a file extension to a format called MIME type. A MIME type is basically a file format like JPEG, SVG, HTML, etc. So we are going to use an if statement for this. So if current user can, and then we're going to see if they have the manage options capability in WordPress, which is reserved for administrators. Now let's add our next line of code, and this is probably the most important part. We're going to type MIMES SVG is equal to image SVG plus XML. This line is how we actually upload SVGs. We're adding a new item to the MIMES array with the key SVG, which is the file extension, and then we're using the value image SVG plus XML, which is the MIME type for SVG images. In simple terms, we're telling WordPress, add the SVG extension to the list of allowed file types and treat it as an SVG image. This only runs if the user is an administrator. For everyone else, this line is skipped. So with our if statement closed, we're now going to return the MIMES array. Returning the array is how we pass it back to WordPress. It's like saying, here's the updated list of files you should allow. And then we close our function. Now that we have our function, we can connect it to WordPress using a filter. So in this case, we're going to use add filter. And we're going to use the upload MIMES hook. And then we're going to call our function, which is allow SVG for admins. When WordPress runs the upload MIMES hook, it's checking for the allowed file types to upload. WordPress runs this hook to give developers a chance to change the list of allowed file types, which is exactly what we need. With this line, we're telling WordPress to run the allow SVG for admins function to then modify the value of the upload MIMES hook. So let's save this. And now let's enable our snippet. And let's go back to the media library. And as we saw at the start, we couldn't upload the SVG. Let's go ahead and try this now. We're going to select the logo navy SVG, upload that, and it works correctly. Now let's make sure that only administrators can do this. So we're going to go to users and switch to an editor. And now we're going to go to the media library, add new, and we're going to try and upload that same SVG. And we can see that we are not allowed to upload that file type. Perfect.